Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dylan and welcome back to Mini Motorways. Now today's episode is kind of fun because Mini Motorways has had an update. It is the 10-year anniversary of Mini Metro, and because of that, they've kind of added some new levels inspired by Mini Metro. So we're going to hop straight into London here. Now these new maps have a bit of a twist. You'll notice as we load in here, there's now a train line. So these new maps have a train, and I'll kind of explain what they do. We're going to connect this red house up. So you can see the train is approaching the train station, and it's going to drop off a destination at the train station, just like that, and then the car is going to come pick it up just like a factory or a skyscraper. So the trains add a bit of a challenge because it's going to drop off destinations kind of in waves. So this train station is not going to accumulate over time and naturally like a normal factory or skyscraper would. Instead, the train is kind of going to drop them off in waves. The second thing that we kind of have to navigate is crossing the train line. You can see we can't really cross it anywhere. You kind of only can cross it perpendicular. So to get across here, we're going to kind of have to go all the way up to this red house, and we have to kind of jump over there so we're barely touching the train line, and then cross it again there. Obviously, the cars have to stop when the train comes by, so it can start to add some more traffic. So kind of a unique challenge that they added, kind of inspired by that 10 years of Mini Metro. So kind of an exciting challenge. The other unique thing about kind of these train stations is they're always double destinations, which means the flow of the game, typically double destinations are kind of like really difficult to navigate. I've noticed that double destinations actually tend to be easier to navigate with these train stations instead. So we're going to put this blue over there. So let's kind of play, see what we can do. I'm going to speed up time. I always forget to do that. And you can see the train comes at a regular pace, and it's just going to drop off destinations in waves. Right now it's only dropping off one destination every go around, but eventually it'll drop off, waves of 2, 3, 4, 6, etc. kind of as we progress. So that puts us in a bit of a unique pickle. I think what I'm going to do here is bring that over and bring these yellows over here. Not the greatest start, but it is what it is. We'll take a bridge so we can cross that river eventually. Yeah, there's a bit of a precarious start, but I think that's what we're going to have to do, unfortunately. And then this blue, I guess for right now, I'm going to pause it really quick. Until we get more houses, we're going to have to do something kind of ugly like that, unfortunately. I may make it look a little nicer, but that's definitely not an ideal layout to start. Hopefully we get some more houses over here on the right, some blue houses on the right, so we don't have to cross the train line and the yellow traffic and the red traffic. I kind of like these new maps are very minimalist. They look a lot like the Mini Metro levels, where it's just white with colors on the screen. It's very cool. I don't play a lot of Mini Metro. I'm not very good at it, unfortunately, but that's interesting. I think what I'm gonna do here, yeah, I forgot bridges can't go straight off of driveways, so I think we'll do something like that. And then unfortunately I think that leaves these blues to kind of have to do a little bit of navigating there. I don't like that we have to cross the train line twice, but again, that's just what it is. We have a bridge there. Yeah, see, the cars have to wait for the train line, which can build up traffic quickly. So we've got to be careful of crossing the train line too many times. I guess not all double destinations are train line ones. I thought they all were, but I guess we do have some other double destinations that are not connected to the train line. I will say this is a bit of an odd start, but we'll see what we can make out of it. We just hit a score of 50, so not too shabby. The train almost hit that blue car. I don't know if you saw that, but it was close. I don't think the game likes us today. I guess we're going to have to do a huge bridge all the way across the river. And I guess kind of connect like that. Not ideal either, but a motorway is a nice consolation prize, though, for having to make that long destination. We could motorway that directly, but I think we're going to save our motorway in case we find ourselves in another bit of a precarious situation. A bit of a slow start as always. A red there is also not great. I think we're gonna have to divert that red there. And then this blue line over here. That's an absolute mess, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And then I think we're gonna have to cross that green line, which doesn't make me happy either, but that red is a little bit more forgiving. At least we have a lot of bridges to navigate the river. That's not too bad. That red connection at the bottom there. Let's see here. I'm tempted to use that motorway just so we don't have that red and green cross traffic. But I think I'll hold out for just a second. I'm sure there'll be another color that needs it shortly. There always is. As soon as I use a motorway, I end up needing it elsewhere, so take another bridge. So you can see, now we see the whole train line. So we'll get a couple other double destinations pop up on this train line at some point, I'm sure. But kind of an interesting challenge. Kind of adds a bit of a different dynamic to the game. It doesn't change it drastically, but it does have, you know, you have to consider the layout a little bit differently. I think I'm going to bring these yellows. I know it's a bit of a long ride, but I think we're gonna bring those yellows there and these yellows around like that. Gosh, this is just a spaghetti mess of roads, but I don't really see a better way to do it, unfortunately. I feel like we've gotten a little bit unlucky with placements, but we'll work with what we've got. This blue up in the corner is actually tempting me with a motorway as well, just so we don't have this crazy road there, but it's not in the way of anything at the moment, so I'm hesitant to use my motorway there as well. Connect that green in. Lots of greens. Bridge or a roundabout. I'm tempted, we have two bridges. I'm tempted to take a roundabout. I think we will, just to have one. Roundabouts, I always tend to pair roundabouts with motorways just to control traffic, so I think that's a good idea there. Although we are going to have to use a bridge here. Honestly, for right now, I think we're going to end up using both bridges, but it actually could be a better use of our resources. Ah, we don't have that unlocked yet. Okay, I'm going to put the... Oh, we just built that road, so we have to wait for it to disconnect. But I think we're going to build the bridge here along here, so we're only using one bridge instead of two. And then once we get that map opened up, we won't even need the bridge. Oh, like right there, the map just opened up, so we don't even need the bridge at all. We can just go straight, not like that. We can go straight under there, just like that. And this house is kind of stranded for the time being, but just what it is. We could roundabout up this, but again, I think we'll save it. The greens just have such a long way to go. I didn't see this green down there. We will take a second motorway, so I think we're gonna have to connect in like this. A lot of long routes this map so far, but I think we'll connect in like that, and that's not terrible. Dark blue down there is interesting. I know it increases the distance, but I think we're gonna move the blues over here. So we've got a dedicated yellow entrance and a dedicated blue entrance. I know it's kind of opposite sides, but I think a dedicated entrance is helpful. Okay, so here's our second batch of train stations. So we'll connect that yellow there. The good thing about train stations that I've noticed, at least, is since it doesn't continuously accrue destinations, you really don't need that many houses connected to it. I've been watching some other YouTubers gameplay, and they've only had one house connected to the train stations for the majority of the game, and it ended up working out. So we'll see how it goes, but I've noticed that they're much easier to manage with fewer houses. I think we'll connect that. We don't have enough roads. I guess we'll wait. We're almost at the end of another week, and then we'll get more roads. Here we go. A third motorway is very tempting, but we are down to one bridge. I think we'll take a third motorway just to be safe. We may need to start using one or two as traffic starts to become a bit more dense here in London. For right now, we're going to connect that yellow in because that's a nice short journey. It looks like the train is up to dropping off 2 at a time, but again, that's still manageable with one house because one house has 2 cars, and you can see it ate it right up, and the train still has a long way to go before it comes back around. So I think one house is more than capable of navigating these train stations for right now. This little curve where we have to touch the train, or the train line, is kind of killing our traffic though. They're stopped there for quite a while. A green there is where I think we're gonna be forced to use a what is that? A motorway here. I think I'm gonna get these. Oh, actually, I spoke too soon. Annoyingly though, we can't put a bridge straight on that driveway, so it doesn't have to kind of curve like that, which is ugly, but it is what it is. We actually have a good amount of green houses. I don't really know what to do with all of them. Roundabout or a bridge. We will take a bridge because we're out of bridges. I'm sure we'll need more. This one house is not going to be sustainable though, so we might need to look at a motorway still. Or not, yeah, a motorway. I think we'll try to place... Can I get a roundabout to fit anywhere over here? Not really, because the train line is in the way. That's unfortunate. I think we'll end up doing that yellow up there as a good connection. Just trying to figure out where is the best place to steal houses from. A green down there. I don't think we have enough road tiles. Yeah, we could make a super long journey there, but we don't even have enough road tiles to do so. Yellow there is also a bit problematic. And a green there. Okay, let's pause for just a second. I think this green would be better served. Connecting to the train station there, and then motorwaying in greens straight. So I think we will end up connecting those there and getting these 3 greens. I now just noticed that this red is struggling, so we'll have to come up with a plan for him in a second. Let's motorway in these 3 greens right there for now. What to do about this red? I think the short solution, that's not a permanent solution, is going to be just connect these 3 houses right there. But I'm not a fan of that solution long term, but for right now that's what we got. We do have a lonely red here we could try to connect somewhere, but that would be our only bridge, and I'm not happy about using our only bridge. This yellow here is also a bit interesting. I think what we can do though is... It's going to be a bit messy, but I'm not opposed to doing this, and then taking... Let's see here. This single yellow here for the train line, I think. Although I may make that look a little prettier. Like there instead. And then these 3 yellows can kind of split off. Oops. Right here. Oh, we're out of road tiles for that last connection. I think we can steal one from right there, though, for now. And again, I don't like this in terms of a long-term solution, but I think for right now, this is going to be our best bet. Another motorway. We do have 3 motorways in the chamber, which is really good to know. Nothing's really struggling enough yet to need them, though, so I'm going to hold on to them as long as I can. I feel like we're about to hit 600 here. I feel like things have been fairly smooth sailing for being at 600. You can see now the train is dropping off 3 destinations at a time, but that's still more than enough time for these houses to deal with it, I think. See, because the train is only halfway around and they've dealt with almost all of them, so the yellow has a little farther to travel, but... Oop, this blue is struggling. I didn't notice it till just now. I think there's not really a pretty solution to that, actually. We just don't have any blue houses. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 among 3 stops. So for right now, we can get this lonely house connected in there, but I don't really know what else to do, unfortunately. It's just such a long way to travel. I think I might reclaim that motorway, and then we'll delete this. It's really just how long the dark blues have to travel that's the issue. So I think we'll end up... Let's see here. That's where the yellows are going. I think we'll end up motorwaying in these 2 blues and seeing if that's a little bit faster at least. This light blue over here is not the worst case scenario because I think we can just connect these 2 over. For right now anyways. I would like to get these 2 light blue over here, but that would require a bridge that I do not have, so... Oop, I accidentally disconnected that red. That was my bad. Okay, what I am noticing is these yellows are now struggling. It does have a second house, though, so let's see how it copes with just a second house. But the yellow... Did I say red? The yellow train station is struggling a bit. These train stations are more than okay, though. I thought the crossing of the green and the red traffic was going to cause too many issues, but it's actually fine for now. Now that that's a skyscraper, though, that does leave me a little bit more concerned. I think what we're going to do is disconnect those and get a light blue bridge going straight here, where all 4 of these can connect straight to that skyscraper, and then we will motorway in the little green community here. That green's kind of stranded. It'll have to go around like that. Green here. Oops, I already had a motorway there. Into there. I think that makes a little bit more sense. We have some light blues here to the left that are forming, which we have in our back pocket too. I think eliminating a couple driveways will help too, so I think we're going to try to do that. How are we doing? I think we're doing all right, though. We got quite the light blue community here now, though. Reds there aren't too bad. We'll just connect them straight in there, although that intersection could cause some trouble, so we'll monitor that for sure. A couple more reds here. That's also a skyscraper. I just realized... Where are these light blues going to now? Nothing, right? So let's disconnect these. Those all can connect in there now. I think that's a better use of our resources. Another bridge is pretty nice there too. I do notice the yellow over here isn't coping very well. I think what we'll do is... Do we have any spare yellows? Not really. Let's, for right now, split off... I don't know if we need to split off all of those. Let's do these 3 are going to watch that, and then this one will kind of join... It's going to have to cross train traffic, which I'm not a fan of. Actually, twice, but just one more yellow house there to give it a little bit more support. Hopefully that's all it needs. A green there is also interesting. I think what we'll do is... How many greens do we have on this motorway? 3. Let's give it a 4th. and then have it watch the train station. We'll make that road nicer when we're allowed to, and that destination. And then this green guy is not going to be able to handle, it's not going to be able to cope with all of the demand, but for right now, the green guy is going to go there. We'll see how that works. We've got another green here. We have enough road tiles that let's try to do that for now. Not permanent, but... Oop. My game froze a little bit. It's because I got an achievement. 1,000 trips completed. I feel like I jinx it every time, so I'm not even gonna say it. Skyscraper yellow. Makes me a little nervous, but we have enough yellows to cope with the demand, I think. And we've got a motorway in our back pocket too, so. Coming across another week. A bridge or a roundabout. We have enough bridges, but we'll take another one just for the fun of it. Now that we've got an extra roundabout, though, I may put it here just to mitigate that green traffic a tad. A second green there is handy as well. We've got quite the green traffic. We really just need that motorway to be placed again. I don't know why it's not being placed, actually. Is that a bug of some sort? Oh, no, it's because that green's got it. Okay, so temporary solution. Let's see if we get there in time. Disconnect that entirely, actually, for a second. Those greens should be rushing over there now. It's just a time of can it get there quick enough. Barely. I'm not convinced. I should have noticed that earlier. I'm a little nervous this might sink us, but let's see if we can mitigate it. These yellows are also struggling too. I feel like everything went wrong all at once. So let's think here. I think let's get these two greens connected in there. We do have a motorway, so maybe we need to do two separate motorways too. Let's get rid of this roundabout. This could actually sink us because I'm doing a lot of renovations all at once. We get another motorway. Hey, that was really not smart of me. I just need that motorway to come back. These two need to come back over here. We need to disconnect those. That green one is back, which is okay. The yellows are worrying me. We have such a yellow colony up here. I think we pull... Let's see here. These two... There. Actually, those four. We'll pull... that off. And then we've got... a couple here... that we can pull down to help out the skyscraper yellow down there. We honestly could think about pulling off. We don't really have... I think for now we'll see how that works out. We will take another motorway because we may need it. It actually may be a good idea, honestly. I don't know what the best call is here, unfortunately. I think... let's try to get rid of that yellow line, and then we gotta keep that one. Motorway in the yellow help, I think, is going to be more beneficial for us. So motorway in there. And then what was I going to do with this last motorway? I was going to motorway in a couple greens over here. It may be a better use of my time, though, I'm going to hold on to that for a second. Get these two guys to watch the train line. That's an ugly bend of a road, but I guess we could wait for that bridge. There we go. And then we can make it a little nicer, at least. Where else are we at here? We've got some more light blues. The biggest issue for this right now is going to be traffic, because the red and the light blue are all filtering into that one entrance. So to split up traffic a little bit at least, I think I might wrap this around the long way. So you've got dedicated driveway for the light blues, and then a shared driveway for the blues and the reds. Where are we at here? I think... Oh yeah, this guy. Let's, just for right now, I don't think this is going to be too busy. So let's motorway in those two and see how that copes. We're about to hit 1,500. If I can get anything over 2,000, I think this will be a good run, especially for not having navigated the trains before. I think 2,000 would be a good run. I'd be happy with that. These light blues are struggling though, so I think we need to... We have a bridge to work with. So let's split off 1 and 2. See how well that helps out. I'm a little worried this green might need another house or two. The trains are just starting to drop off a lot of destinations now, so this light blue here is not super helpful, especially since we're out of motorways now. For right now, we're going to kind of have to cross traffic, I think, and we have plenty of light blues, so I think we're going to go over here. We have plenty of light blues. The problem is it's going to have to kind of cross this green traffic. But actually that green shouldn't even be used that often because it's just one house, so I'm okay with that, I think. A skyscraper there is a little worrying. We've got enough blue houses. We just have no way to connect them is the main problem, but I think if we go around here, it uses a bridge, but it connects them at least, so... The skyscraper's having a hard time coping as well. I think it's honestly just distance that it has to travel more than anything. We'll take another bridge, I think. Oh, I didn't see that dark blue up here. Okay, where are we at here? We're motorwaying in those. Let's grab this motorway in those 3, and then these dark blues connect, because that connects to the yellows anyway. We might be too late. Let's see if they can rush in with just enough time to save that guy. Another dark blue there. They're just not making it easy for us, are they? I guess we can cross traffic here, but it's not ideal, that's for sure. Especially since these yellows are for a skyscraper connection, but we gotta do what we gotta do for now. I'm worried about this dark blue up in the top. I think they're gonna come in with just enough time to save it. Yep, there we go, it's going down a little bit. As long as we can sustain that. It looks like it's going down a fair amount. We're almost to 2,000, so I'm happy with this run. We could die right here and I'd be pretty happy with it, but let's see how far we can get. I just got another achievement. Complete 2,000 trips in London. Yeah, the biggest problem with yellows right now, this yellow skyscraper, is just traffic. I don't really want to mess with that motorway. It may make sense to connect a couple other houses to that motorway, just as backup. You can see they're not leaving their house, so it's not a demand issue. It's really just how far they have to travel. That's really the main issue. Skyscraper red there does make me pretty nervous, actually. Do we have a solution for that red? We do. It's not ideal, though, as with most things. There's these 3 reds that are unoccupied, so we'll kind of cross it through there. Oops. If I can get this bridge correct. Nope, not like that. Sure, that works. I don't think that's a sustainable solution either, but we will take the motorway. I'm sure that'll come in handy sooner than later. Doing a quick scan, everything looks decent, as good as we can hope for at least. Again, that motorway in our back pocket will be a nice kind of ace in the hole if something goes wrong. I think everything's coping fairly well, though. I think this light blue in the middle skyscraper is kind of the only thing I'm a little worried about, because you can see they're all away from home right now. But even that skyscraper is managing fairly well. This green in the middle is a bit of a struggle now, and I think that may just be due to this cross traffic and the distance. So let's see if we can motorway in these greens instead and eliminate that cross traffic. The motorway, they're going to travel faster on the motorway anyway, so... A yellow there, it's a distance, but we have enough yellow houses over here that I think we can spare even 4 of them, honestly. It's just a really long distance to travel, but we'll see how that goes. Take another motorway. Again, I'm sure we'll need it shortly. A yellow there is a little evil. I can go like that, but that crosses the train line twice, which is not ideal either. I think we'll get a second guy there. We're approaching 3,000 slowly. 2,750. If we can reach 3,000, I'll actually be really, really happy. That'll be a really good run for me never encountering trains. I think there's a total of 3 new levels. There's London, Mumbai, and I think there's one more that have the new train elements. I think we're going to play, obviously we're playing London right now, then I think we're going to go back to some of our other cities in the base game, and then we'll kind of come back to these train levels once we finish the rest of the base game. So, but since the game just updated, I had to check out the new trains because I thought it was really, really cool. We just hit 3,000. Things are definitely ramping up quickly, though, and I don't know, everything is a little overloaded. I don't know the best course of action other than scanning and see what needs the motorway the most. Nothing seems like it desperately needs a motorway. Everything's just packed for sure. I know we're crossing a bunch of these yellows that aren't being used, but I think we should actually connect in. I wish I had a roundabout because this is going to be an ugly intersection. Very ugly intersection. But these yellows, oops, traffic lights. I think we actually may take some traffic lights. I'm going to zoom in here for a second though. I know it's not very visually appealing, but we're going to connect that. We're going to try to put a pair of traffic lights there. I wish I had a roundabout, but traffic lights better than nothing. Yeah, that's alright. I think that's alright. I think we're doing good. I'm not too worried about anything at the moment. You know how this game goes, though. When something struggles, it goes quick, so. Hey, well, I have you guys here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that fun stuff. For small content creators like myself, that's genuinely the best way for us to grow, is just, you know, engagement, showing the algorithm that you guys enjoy the content. So if you enjoy the content, consider liking, subscribing, sharing, all that fun stuff. I really appreciate all of your guys' support. And if you guys want to get connected with other people in the Dill the Gamer community, feel free to check out the Discord. The link will be in the description below. We do a bunch of fun stuff on the Discord. You guys vote on new series ideas. We do daily question of the days, things like that. So if you guys are interested in becoming a bigger part of the community, consider subscribing to the Discord. Or joining the Discord, rather. We'll take a motorway. 2 motorways this late in the game is promising. See, here's our problem. All of the light blues on this line are being utilized. So that tells me that maybe we need some motorway support. Oops. Let's bring that there. The problem is where to connect it without causing more traffic is really the main concern. We're going to try there, although I'm not convinced. We're about to hit 4,000. That's insane. Just so you guys know, I pre-recorded, before this update came out, I pre-recorded a couple parts, Manila and Rio de Janeiro, I believe. And I said Rio was we ended up getting a new personal best in Rio. It ended up being like 3,400 or something like that. But obviously we just hit 4,000, so this is going to be our new personal best. So with that said, these light blues are a little tricky. And you can see we still have cars in their homes, so it's not a demand issue, it's just the way the traffic is flowing that's the main issue. I don't really know how to mitigate that, to be perfectly honest with you. Because you can see the cars aren't even leaving their houses, so demand is not the issue at all. I think we're sinking pretty fast here. We just have too many problems to deal with, I believe. We do have a motorway though, so what needs the motorway the most? I'd say yellows are connecting down there. I'd say we can get rid of a yellow somewhere. Maybe connect a yellow in there. Maybe a yellow in there. Let me try to just get these yellows to flow a little bit better, I guess. I don't really want that. I want that staying there. Yeah, I think this blue skyscraper is going to need a motorway the most. The problem is we don't have a lot of spare dark blues that are kind of all congregated together. Our best bet, I think, is going to be kind of these two, but that's not a ton of support, admittedly. And honestly, that's just a traffic nightmare. I don't know what to do about these light blues. Like, it's just a traffic issue. I guess what we could do is we could disconnect this green line altogether. That way there's no cross traffic. Yeah, see, that was my issue, adding that motorway in. It's more of just a traffic issue at this point than it is anything else. I'd say let's just see how long we can survive. I don't really think there's much saving this or fixing this at this point. I guess what we can do for these light blues, well, not really. There's no way we can place a roundabout anywhere. I'd say we're just kind of at the waiting game. Let's see how long we can last. We can get to 4,500. That'd be a killer score. I don't know if we'll get there though. Things are sinking pretty quick. We're so close. There we go, 4,500. Anything over that, complete win. Absolutely. We killed this level. For our personal bests before being like 3,000. Things are barely holding on. I think it's going to be this one down here. Yep, it is. Game over. A very commendable score of 46-45, though. I will definitely take that. That makes me very happy. Let's see where we are in the leaderboard. We did unlock Mumbai, which again, we're going to save Mumbai and then New York City for kind of after we beat the rest of the base game. But let's see where it put us. Top 1%. That's incredible. We're top 1% of all the players. So I'm very happy with that. That was a very, very good run for us. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if you guys like the content here, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.